This is not a good look for me, but in a year or a year and a half of things which have been so relentlessly miserable, and actually I think things have been pretty terrible on the planet since about 2015, I think. But this year's obviously been a pandemic year, really, really difficult year. I think the thing that really broke me was finding out that Gap were going to close all of their stores. And yes, I
Yeah.
know they're going online, but I don't get this online thing. I mean, I know ASOS have been doing it for ages, but ASOS sounds like a government department selling you clothes. It's just wrong. It just doesn't make any sense. But I've got to say, I was mortified. It's sort of historically a big chunk. I like to go to a shop where I can buy plain clothes, like the t-shirt I'm wearing, a blue Gap t-shirt, and I just like good quality plain colours, and Gap was perfect for that.
It's I'm just gonna put this lamp on. Yeah, it's what I think is interesting. I knew that Gap was on, quite far. I knew about 10, 15 years ago because I grew up in Canterbury and Gap couldn't afford to keep their store open in Canterbury. And Canterbury is the most Gap
Yeah.
heavy, Gap centric crowd. I think the landlord of the property that they rented was the cathedral, and the cathedral just like
It was
it's just
certainly a
like give
cathedral
us.
to me when I went in there.
Yeah,
That is writing on the wall stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah. And but one of my childhood memories is going into Gap when I was like 12, so a bit old enough to like do some shopping and dressing. And the changing rooms in the Gap in Canterbury had like they had like it was like are they called what are they called they were like blinds,
Yeah.
so you could sort of like
The
see
saloon door, the saloon door ones, or
saloon
the
doors, but they were
yeah,
face. And I was like, why do they face down? Like,
the slatting. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because like anyone, yeah, they should. It's just such an odd thing because like little kids would like look up at you getting dressed, and I mean, I thought, why do they face down? Because little kids, and now I'm an adult and I've just said that out loud. I was like, oh, would they face the other way? Creepy people would just, as creepy adults, could just look down in them.
And it wasn't as if they were adjustable. You
No, they
know.
weren't adjustable.
Yeah.
It's just like,
No,
yeah,
no, that's right. That is. I
it's a bit,
remember. I totally remember that. Do you think this
yeah,
was a
I
part in their downfall? There.
probably it might be. Oh, is that what they're called? Louvres?
Louvres, yes. He's on fire
Uh,
tonight, Martin. It's the saloon doors. I don't know if there's. I mean, actually, a lot of their kids' clothes were quite checkered and count. As much as I loved the plain range, if you didn't get anything in their plain colour range, they would obviously go to the total extreme. And a lot of their clothes you wouldn't have looked out of place at a hoedown in. You
yeah,
know,
just sort of sold the same thing since
I
they
know, and I
opened. I
love
imagine,
that.
like, yeah, I mean, it's good. Also, I remember actually seeing a tweet where someone on Boxing Day said that someone had managed to return a Gap shirt with a label in it, but it hadn't been sold since like 1998. I remember seeing that one year, and it really made me laugh. The fact is that someone could return a shirt, like a plaid shirt to
Amazing.
Gap, and it didn't. No one noticing that it was that like until some like the manager ran it through the system, worked out, oh, it's actually from 1998.
You just don't get that online, kids. Do you know what I
No,
mean? You
no.
just don't get it.